Welcome to the channel, Jaden Chase, and these are some of the top stories making headlines today. Now, nation, I don't know what going on. The devil let loose. Now, the police are confirming that 72 hours after the Prime Minister stated that Jamaicans should be taking domestic violence very seriously, an elderly woman was found with her throat slashed, and her husband has been the main suspect who is now in custody. Now, the police report is that a Clarendon man has been taken into custody after his wife was found dead with her throat slashed. Now, the deceased is 67-year-old Pamela Gregory of Lionel Town housing scheme in Lionel Town, Clarendon. Now, the police report is that she was attacked during an alleged domestic dispute. Now, after that, her husband, of course, was taken into custody for the crime. 67-year-old. We are telling about a grandmother age. Nation, you have to definitely agree with the Prime Minister. Panda one. The situation is sometimes looked at as not that serious, but the end result of these altercations are always very, very serious. A lot of them end in loss of life. While the name of the husband or his age has not been disclosed by law enforcement, he is in custody however. So the family can rest easy knowing that. It's a different situation now if, you know, them been together for a certain amount of years, them have youth together, you know, grandchildren, the whole works. That information has not been disclosed. The investigation is still ongoing, even though based on reports given to law enforcement and the report law enforcement has given to the tabloids, this dispute, domestic dispute rather, is what led to the taking of Miss Gregory's life. 67-year-old. Yo, Jano, don't know what the people am met. Don't know where the meds are the people am gone. The people that must act senselessly and extremely violent. And small arguments quickly escalate. As them says, like from 0 to 100 real quick. And certain argument quickly turn into a violent confrontation. Of course, we're not going to hear the Prime Minister have to say, and they will continue the reason nation. Look and listen.
It is not an unexpected occurrence in the sense that whilst you would not be able to predict the exact time that this thing would happen, but usually the perpetrator of violence in domestic and intimate partner situations would show signs, and the community and the family needs to be attuned to those signs. I think the lesson and my message to families that are treating with this kind of crisis in their household, the use of violence by family members, don't take it lightly. Don't accept it as normal and allow the courts and the law to take its course on people who use violence. We have some efforts targeted at treating with the domestic and intimate partner violence. The challenge with the domestic and intimate partner violence is that they oftentimes happen in a private space. They happen in a home, in a household, and it's very difficult to predict when it is going to happen. With gangs, you have an idea where they are located, where they are operated, where the conflict is, and we try to pre-position resources there to treat with that. There are some things that the government has been working on for quite some time. Unfortunately, we don't have them at a point where we can start to implement them because they do take time to plan and research and study. But some of the actions that we're going to have to take will not rely wholly and solely on law enforcement or the courts. There has to be a public education campaign about violence in the society, and we have to engage all Jamaicans.
Nation, them say a picture can tell 1,000 words. And for this criminal who was caught in Wolaba, St. Catherine, it seems as if police rescued him from residents. May I repeat that again? A thief was caught by residents in Whole Harbour, St. Catherine, and then had to be rescued by the police. Now, petty crime, where the police have reported, say there has been an increase in petty crime. They have even issued a warning for individuals doing large transactions from banks, from the actual bank themselves. They must say people are now lay-waiting individuals leaving the bank after doing large transactions and then I try to take them things. Now the individual, I don't know if it's a house, somebody bag him grab, phone, we don't know, but residents catch him. And based on appearance alone, them fix and resolve the issue. This is the individual where if you know continue along the road of petty crime, him know say Whole Harbour is a place where you're not supposed to return to. Now this also showcase the fact that Jamaicans are fed up with the crime and violence when them see it take place on the island. From petty to serious crime. Recently we see about the situation that take place where armed gunmen reportedly robbed a woman coming from a popular party. And somebody we did it. We don't know what the thought was, but just being fed up with OMC intervened. We see it recently again when some man got Linstead, got St. Elizabeth rather, rob a bar, had their way with the bartender, and someone roll up on Sawagwan and just being fed up with what them say, intervened. Now, in those two situations, there was loss of life on the part of the Good Samaritans. But that showcase the fact say, yo, armed or unarmed, petty or serious crime, the people them fed up. The people them tired of it. Them tired of the constant headlines. This go on, that go on. And the people must seek solutions too. We are past the blame game. We not put no political blame. We not blame no community. We not blame no era leader. What we are saying, it's time for each individual, each citizen, know within himself say, if you have better Jamaica for him, him family, and him youth them, he or she, the senseless killing and the crime and violence have to cut down. We cannot talk about job and job creation with crime and violence at the level where it is. For the elected officials, who the need for know say, corruption needs to get monitored. If the country make $1, and as well, it is alleged, cents are being taken from that dollar. It is more lucrative if we help the country make millions. That way they will ever want to take, would they even notice. We could do it. The way forward for the country is a united mindset that there are aspects of day-to-day life we need for change. Crime and violence has been the norm for far too long. And then we see reach a level where social media now is now documenting the crime and violence where take place. Because that's the problem now. Crime and violence has been taking place for decades, for years, hundreds of years, in different ways. Truth be told, even by statistics, the JSF have said that some of the bloodiest years have been in the past. However, in this day and age where crime and violence can be documented, so stories we never hear from the people who come from that community because you know no one from that community and the story did not make the headlines or local tabloids. Now you have social media sites who put out these news. So even though it never come on the known news networks or known tabloids, you get to see it and hear about it. Normally just the law enforcement would know about it. And the coroner's office who have received these bodies. But now, the stories are now being told. People from the community attack Wagwan. And the crime and violence is now being documented. So people can look at it for what it is. And now there's outrage. Better late than never. Hopefully now with this outrage, we can put forward meaningful solutions. Change the legislation alone now go do it. And remember the security forces alone now can do it. It's got to take a combined effort from the citizens and the state. But we have to be on the same page. Talk to me in the comment section. Tell me what you feel about this. Quick recap. Hours after the Prime Minister stated that domestic violence should be taken extremely serious. A elderly woman was found dead and her husband is now in custody over the same domestic situation. Talk to me in the comment section. Until the reason again, my sentiment. First and foremost, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, put it on all. And this is how you will be notified of fresh content. Subscribe, share, like, comment. Until the reason again, live, love, and prosper. And of course, stay tuned.